Hey everyone, this is going to be a different video today. I wanted to make the 3 characters that I've played through Baldur's Gate 3. So there's not going to be any random rolling today, it's just going to be me attempting to recreate these gorgeous characters and their very complex armor. My first playthrough, I played as a drow sorcerer named Vicodia. Not that this is important, she romanced lae'zel, and they became a cool power duo with their huge greatswords. Vicodia was kind of crazy. Not only could she swing a sword, she also had access to all kinds of powerful spells to blow shit up. I really liked playing her, and also, as you'll see, I think she's very attractive. So every time there was a cutscene where she folded her muscular arms, whew. I kit bashed her hair. I wanted her to have all those short, wavy layers with the bangs. The armor for all 3 was by far the trickiest, most complex thing, because I couldn't just do what I typically do, which is pick a set of armor, maybe add a few details here and there, but this one I had to really be creative and layer different pieces to get a similar effect, which was good practice because people are really, really skilled with making custom armor. I'm gonna talk heroforge drama real quick. If you don't know what I'm talking about, heroforge you can use it for free, or you can get the pro subscription and get all these kit bashing, and you get new parts earlier and so on, but they've never had paid collections or DLCs on top of that. And they teamed up with Critical Role Daggerheart to make these collections that were $8 a piece, which is absurd to pay on top of a subscription. And everyone came together and said, we're not going to pay that, that's ridiculous. It wasn't that the packs were poor quality, they're very nice quality from what I can tell, but they were like fungal and frog creatures and monkey creatures. They weren't anything very specific to Critical Role, so that was also another point against the packs. I couldn't believe how much across the board people were boycotting and showing their disapproval and giving a big middle finger to Sky Castle and Daggerheart, truthfully, Critical Role. I think it was awesome, and the fact that heroforge responded to it and rectified their mistake, or rolled back the price, that was amazing. I feel like that never happens. So yeah, I canceled my yearly subscription. I'll probably renew it now, but I'm glad that they fixed it because I didn't want to have to stop using heroforge. So I'm very grateful for the community and Sky Castle, and it actually worked out quite well. And I'm excited to use the parts when they become available. Anyway, back to what I'm doing. I think the trick for making a good model is, at least right now, is making them skinnier, even if they're not that skinny, and making them taller, even if they're not that tall. It elongates every part of their body as well as their armor and makes it more realistic looking. So unless you're playing like a larger character or a shorter character, you should try and make them skinnier and taller. Giving her a little smirk because she's sassy and powerful and awesome, and a big burn scar across her face. I don't really have a background for her. I might have when I started out in my head, but whatever detail was there, I've forgotten. I was going back and forth about if I should show her arms or not, and decided yes, it was worth it to do a little bit more kit bashing if it means I can show off her muscles. I like not only her muscular arms, but the fact that there's freckles on her arms. I felt it was very important to her character to show them off. I have 3 different chest pieces on as part of her armor. Vicodia actually regularly ingested tadpoles, so I'm going to give her a tadpole on her belt. I don't think my other characters did. I think it went against what I had for them as their personality and their beliefs, but Vicodia just was all about power. So her eyes eventually got the crackles and she started turning into like a half mind flayer, which was very interesting in her romance with lae'zel. Alright, here's Vicodia, my first playthrough. I really like how she turned out. I like her pose. I like the energy she's giving off. I think I did a good job with her. Next up, my second playthrough is Zatiza. She's a human fighter. I didn't actually finish this playthrough. I got pretty far into Act 3 and got bored, honestly. I don't know why I played a fighter. I play a fighter in my D&D campaign, and lae'zel's a fighter, and I played her all through the first playthrough. I know what a fighter can do. It was kind of a dull class to play. And also the first quarter of this video didn't save, so you don't get to see me actually shaping her and posing her, but you can see me making her sword and the detail in her armor. Zatiza is kind of a gloomy character, doesn't really care about slaughtering people. She wasn't a dark playthrough, but she was meaner than Vicodia, and she ended up romancing Will, which I wasn't intending, but it kind of made sense for her. This obviously doesn't happen in Baldur's Gate, but in my mind as I was playing her, I was imagining that she went through some sort of experimentation. She has these yellow eyes. If I played her in an actual campaign, maybe those would give her powers or advantage or disadvantage at something. But yeah, she just had cool yellow eyes. Also with a greatsword, can you see the theme? I like powerful women with swords. Heroforge doesn't have the Baldur's Gate armor where the chest piece kind of slips into a skirt, if that makes sense. So I had to make it more seamless with the crescents. I'm adding some buckles on the side to give it more detail. I feel like she was lacking. Her coloring was actually really difficult to do because she has a Harlequin black and white pattern, but the chest piece is actually kind of pearlescent. It's got slight shades of purple and blue, so I had to mess around a little bit to get that coloring. I will say Baldur's Gate 3 made me a significantly better D&D player in terms of mechanics. Because you pilot so many other PCs, typically 4 different classes at a time, it's kind of like a study of how to use spells and the smartest actions to take before or after another, how to get advantage on attacks, stuff like that. I'm covering her in blood because she's crazy and dark. Alright, and there's Zatiza, the human biter. I think I made her feel brooding and scary. She's definitely a different vibe than Vicodia, and this next character is a much different vibe. My third playthrough, I played a bard, monk, multi-class human who's kind of more of a self-inserty character than the other two. This is Spencer. Spencer is maybe a little broken. I can't exactly remember what feat gave me this, but I could basically attack 3 or 4 times in one round. I might be saying this wrong, but I feel like sometimes I could cast a spell, hit someone twice with my fist, and swing my sword. I had spells I hadn't had before, which was Speak with Undead, Speak with Animals, I could do Bardic Inspiration, I could do Flurry of Blows. It was just a very fun, across-the-board character. And Spencer, because I wanted to, and also because I didn't know the next time I was going to play. Spencer romanced both Karlach and Halsin, which in my opinion, the two most attractive characters in the game. I'm also going to put Scratch in as well. I wanted to do the owlbear cub, but it crowded the scene too much. You better believe I talked to every single animal I came across. Spencer's a relatively cheerful character, I think. A zest for life. Even though they will beat you up and then play a tune in the middle of combat. Also very complicated armor. I knew I was going to have to do a lot of decal to make the armor here more ornate. I'm just trying to max out the kit bashing by adding as many gems, chains. I'm adding a braid to sort of make a rope effect. There's a lot going on. And there's the third and final playthrough for now. Spencer. Let me know what your favorite character was, which one you'd want to play, any critiques or comments, and hopefully I'll see you soon.